Hey everybody, welcome back. My name's Jeremy. This is Philip. We're the Neat Disciples, and we want to welcome you to the place where biblical truth meets brotherhood, where we're men who follow Christ, we work hard, and we take seriously the call to enjoy the blessings that God gives us. As it says in Ecclesiastes 8:15, we do find joy in our labor and what's placed before us. So we talk scripture, we sharpen one another, and enjoy good conversation over a good pour.
All right, so for our bourbon segment of the show today, we've been talking a lot about, the bourbon market in general. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the bourbon market, and I think there's a lot of different reasons. You hear a lot of things online, and people have their opinions and everything. But just kind of want to chat a little bit about that, kind of what we're seeing in the market. And to do that, we figured we'd sip on a little bit of Elmer T, since this is really hard to get. I saw somebody online post they found it, MSRP somewhere.
Wow.
Here recently.
That was not me.
It wasn't me either. The only reason I got this one is because I got it in a drawing, and I did get it MSRP, but I'll give you about the same amount. Stuff's good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I'll sip on a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Cheers. Enjoy it.
Okay.
That's good stuff. That's only 90 proof, but man, it is so good. Got a lot of flavor for a low proof bourbon.
It is good.
So yeah, I've been, through my travels, I like to stop at liquor stores and just, kind of check out what they have and pick up the stuff that I, mix with and daily sippers and everything. And what I'm seeing online too is a lot of the allocated stuff from Buffalo Trace is becoming more readily available. I mean, I walked into a liquor store earlier this week, and they had cases of E.H. Taylor sitting there on the floor, Eagle Rare, seeing blends a lot more, a lot of the Wellers, the 12s and the 107s.
I even saw Hancock Reserve just on the shelf.
Yeah, Hancock Reserve. Yeah. What was the other one I saw? I can't remember. Oh, Old Fitzgerald, the 7. It was a little bit harder to get, but I saw a whole case of that sitting on the shelf at MSRP. So that's good though. I mean, like for the taters or people that want those different bourbons and one they've heard about and harder to get, it's good that it's more available. And I remember. And I don't know if you recall, the first time we went to Kentucky together a few years ago, when we went to Buffalo Trace, they were talking about their expansion, right? Mm-hmm. And how they added on all these rick houses. Right. And then we were actually in a liquor store here, and the guy was telling us, like, hey, a lot of these 10-year bourbons are fixing to be more available because they've upped their production of it, right? And I don't know if that's a direct effect of that. I'm assuming if there's more available, it's easier to get. I don't know if, with the tariffs and them not shipping a lot to Canada, if that's making it more available.
Yeah, that's true.
But don't get me wrong, it's been more fun walking in a liquor store and you get, this variety of stuff that you've not normally been able to get readily.
Yeah, agreed. I don't know. I agree. I've kind of found the same thing. I don't travel like you do, so I'm a little bit more reduced to this general area, but I make my rounds every now and then, and have found, just some of the stuff that we've not really seen popping up. Mm-hmm. It was Hancock Reserve was one of the earliest ones was given to me a long, long time ago by someone. When I first got into bourbon, someone had learned it, and he just had it. He was like, "Here, you take it." I didn't know what he had given me, and John and I started making old fashions out of it. I had no clue, and then I Googled it, like, what is this stuff? Found out, oh, this is not easy to find, Yeah. So we immediately stopped making old fashions out of it, and I went years without ever seeing it. Not even like behind a counter. Like I went years without even seeing it. Like I thought maybe they just made 2 bottles of it a year and never shipped it anywhere near where I was. And now I've got like 3 or 4 bottles of it because it's just popping up now.
Yeah.
And I understood it was one of the rarer ones that would come out of Buffalo Trace. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just what I thought I heard. But yeah, I'm seeing more Wellers. So, and I think we're reading some of the same stuff. Like, was it Jim Beam that like shut down part of their distillery for at least for a year or something?
Yeah.
So something's up.
Yeah.
Whether it's tariffs or just maybe kind of the bubbles popped, type of thing. Something is up.
Yeah. I wonder too, like there's you see a lot of new distilleries popping up. I know we did a tasting of Shiner Distillery here, and then Cooper's Craft, which they're owned by Brown Forman, I think we landed on. But you're seeing, Green River just went through I don't know if they went through bankruptcy. I know they liquidated some stuff, but is there just too much out there?
Yeah,
I mean, some of the liquor stores I go to here in the Houston area, huge bourbon selection, and I know there's some that they don't have that's available. So does it become okay? There's just so much on the market, and people aren't really buying that more allocated stuff because, I mean, we've talked about this before. There's a lot of quote bottom shelf bourbons that are really good. Benchmark Foolproof is phenomenal. Just even the regular Buffalo Trace, which is harder to get in some areas, is really good. So, I don't know, man. It's interesting. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I love being able to find things. I found a E.H. Taylor straight rye the other day at MSRP, and I've never had it before, and thought, might as well. I might not run across it again.
Right. On that, even prices have kind of, I don't know if it's equalized or come down or both,
On the secondary?
Not even on, maybe. I don't do a whole lot of secondary buying, but like there's one in particular that actually you were hot on for a while, like a year or two ago, that Old Elk Cigar Blend. Mm-hmm. I know that's not allocated, but that was one that you really wanted. And so we were looking for it, and we finally found it. And I think it was like $190, $200, something like that. It was a lot. It was up there. And because we found it, you bought it. And I mean, it's like 140, 130, just the prices come down. Yeah. So I'm just, it just seems like it's, again, something's up. I don't know if it's a miss or what, but something is taking place or has taken place where just prices have either stabilized or come down or both. Allocated is becoming a little bit more available. We got distilleries that are, no pun intended, but reallocating maybe workers here, there, everywhere, or are closing up part of their distillery for a while. It just seems like maybe, the I don't know if it's the golden age, but just like maybe it's dimming a little bit, perhaps.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, we'll still drink it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining at all. And there's still a couple that are really hard to find that I'm still searching for. I really want a Weller CYPB, right? Like the white label Weller. I'm not going to pay an outrageous amount of money for it. I was traveling for work a few weeks ago, and a guy pretty much had the Weller Rainbow on the shelf, and he wanted $400 for that bottle, and I'm like, there is no way I'm paying that much for it. I know some of y'all out there will, and that's okay. Yeah, that's your budget and your decision, right. But that's just a little bit outside of what I'm willing to go for. I mean, I'll go a little bit above MSRP, but like I said, we've got plenty of really good bourbons to get crazy with spending like that. And I wouldn't mind grabbing a Double Eagle Very Rare either, but that's a check that my wife's going to have to approve, and she's not going to approve at this point. Right. But eventually maybe we'll see once my kids or out of college and all the stuff's paid for.
But that even begs the question, you're like, how different will that taste than some of the others? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we'll never know because we're never going to cut that check. But like, it's like, this is a weird analogy, but I was played in a golf tournament many years ago, and I just had really lousy clubs, and I hit a shot and it went wayward, like most of my shots do, and I said something along the lines like, I wonder how if my game would improve any if I had better clubs. Well, I happened to be playing in the foursome with a friend. I had no intentions in what I said. I was just thinking out loud. He happens to be a millionaire. And so my birthday was a couple weeks later, and he bought me some better clubs. So I was able to play the game with better clubs. And has my game gotten better? No. I mean, they're cooler clubs. They feel better, but no. So, it really didn't make that big of a difference in my hand versus somebody else. So you just wonder, is a $7,000 bottle of bourbon, how different does that taste from this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll one of these days, man, I'll run across it. I'll, splurge a little bit to try it, but
well, I hope I'm there.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll catch it at the right time. But yeah, I mean, to your point, like there's really good bourbons that are, under $100 that, I'll drink all day long.
Our last trip to Kentucky, when my buddy Wayne bought the half price pour of Pappy's, and he let me have a sip of it. It was good. There's no doubt it was good, but it didn't seem like it was, $1,500 better than anything else we've been drinking.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it was really good. I'd love to have a bottle.
Yeah.
No doubt. But, at what point are you just paying for the label, the reputation? Like, yeah. And again, if you could do it, go for it. I mean, if I had an infinite budget, I'd have these bottles.
Yeah.
Just because. So there's no judgment on having it or not, but just curious is it really that much better?
Yeah.
And if it is, how do you gauge that?
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if there's anybody watching that has these bottles that want to invite us over
whatever.
to try all this stuff
that would be
out.
so lost on me. That's the problem is I would just go, yeah, that's good.
That's good stuff. Yeah. I like it. It looks like bourbon.
It does.
But I mean, if I had the budget for it, yeah, I mean, definitely would. But I don't know if it would be any better. All that being said, there's a lot of. I mean, I think MSRP on this is just like $65, $70 if you can find it.
Right.
And it's just so hard to find. Even, golly, I mean, we've did blinds with, Bardstown stuff over Weller, and I mean, there's a lot of really good bourbons out there. So I think really at the end of the day is just, the best advice when people are like, hey, if I'm getting this bourbon, what should I get if I'm going to go, get started in bourbon? It's like, okay, what do you like? And my advice is go try some different ones and find the one you like without somebody telling you that, oh, this is a really good one. Because if you taste it and it's really good to you and it's a $20 bourbon, then hey, good on you.
Yeah,
man.
right.
You're saving a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And there are some like that. I mean, there's some, $20 bourbons I'll sip on all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, just want to have that conversation. I think it's good for us, the consumer, to be able to find, higher end bottles or harder, I wouldn't say higher end, but harder to find bottles at a reasonable price. And again, there's plenty of stores out there that have those museum prices where you can find these things for a very inflated price. And if that, if you're the person that wants to pay it, then hey, I'm not going to judge you. That's great. Again, if you want to get a hold of us, that's everything at the Neat Disciples, and we'll come drink it with you. But that's just not my wheelhouse. But I'm kind of interested to see how this year goes with bourbon. The next few years, see what comes out and what's more available. Some of the older, harder to get stuff. And what really got me thinking about it is I've got an app that keeps track of my bar, and I had some unicorns that are no longer unicorns anymore. They're just listed as rare on there. So I'm like, wait a minute, that sucks.
That's not cool, yeah.
I'm not as cool. I don't have unicorns
you got
anymore.
gypped out of unicorns.
So like, what's a unicorn? Because I've even seen people posting, they're finding King of Kentucky for pretty close to MSRP too. So I mean, I'd never heard that before. It was always big, pappy type money for those too. Right. So love to hear your thoughts on this for sure. Definitely interested in that, because if you're seeing prices where you're at, tell us where you're at and what you're seeing, and kind of your thoughts and beliefs of why we're able to find it, whether it's a capacity issue or people just aren't buying. It's an economy thing. Definitely reach out.
Or all of the above somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely you can find us on all the social platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, now TikTok at The Neat Disciples. And you can email us at theneatdisciples@gmail.com. And otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Cheers.